Hello, ladies, gents, boys, girls, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Today we are back in the iFly 737 MAX8. We haven't been in this aeroplane for a while. I was trying to wait for the version 1 update, however it's not come out yet, so we are going to just jump into this Tomjet 585 on VATSIM with service from Manchester over to Espargos Sal in Cape Verde. Our routing today takes us off of runway 23 right at Manchester, west out of Manchester, then south via Bristol, and then exiting the UK over Exeter, then over the Channel, Brest, and then the Bay of Biscay before going over La Coruña in northern Spain, before going to Oceanic. The next bit of land we'll see is the island of Las Palmas, Gran Canaria, where we'll fly directly over it, before finally getting to Sal Espargos. Flight time 6 hours 10 minutes on a 737 MAX. It's going to be a long one on this aeroplane, but it should be a good one. We are looking at brand new scenery down in Espargos by FSDG. Purchased this the other day because I have been wanting to fly down to Cape Verde for a while, but never done Sal. So let's jump into the flight deck and get everything set up for today's service. So welcome into the flight deck of the iFly 737 MAX. Let's jump into the captain's seat and we'll jump into the overhead panel and let's do some tests. So we'll go and get the voice recorder to test, and then we'll do the Mach airspeed warning and the stick shakers. IRS is to the nav position, and we'll get heading STS so we get the time. Right, into the overhead panel. We'll do emergency exit lights armed, and we'll actually do the light test as well, because I think the lights do dim on these. I think they break, if I remember correctly. I'm not too sure, but I know that each light is modelled and you can click them as well to test them, like the real aeroplane, which is cool. Right, let's turn those off. We'll jump back into the overhead panel and we'll get one fuel pump on, get the window heats on, and we're going to get the electric and hydraulic pumps on, and we'll just turn these down one when we get the conditioned air in. And actually we'll turn off that pump there. When I was at work I saw it disconnected and I asked, and it was something to do with the steering, so we'll keep that off for now. Reset the fuel flow. We'll do EGCC. We are at stand 103. Next page, left GPS. Previous page, position, route, EGCC. GVAC is Espargos request, and we'll wait for that to come in now. Right, while we do that, we'll tune ATIS on 121980. And that should be us. It should be Information Sierra.
Information Sierra. Time 0950 Zulu. Runway in use 23 right. Transition level flight level 65. Surface. Wind 22,012 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. No cloud detected. Temperature +11, dew point +6, QNH 1012, nosig. Delivery is open.
Lovely, and now we'll tune to delivery and we'll give him a call shortly. But the weather actually in the UK today is very nice. The south coast is being hit by some nasty weather, but sort of Watford up, let's say, in UK terms, is pretty good weather. So we're being treated here, and the weather when we get down to Sal is even better. It's going to be 26 degrees when we land. So we've taken off 23 right. Call sign today is Tomjet 585. It should have been 586, but it was taken by someone doing the same flight, so we've had to go one digit down and do Tomjet 585, which is unfortunate, but oh well. We'll do 23 right, and it's going to be the Cuxa 1 Romeo down out of Manchester, and I'm just making sure that the sim brief is correct, which it is, and we'll go arrival. We'll plug it in anyway, ILS 01 via the 1 Foxtrot, and it doesn't look like we have a VIA, but there is transitions there. So I'll have a look on the charts, and we'll see if there is a transition that I am missing. On the flight plan it doesn't say, so we'll go not that one. Terminal charts, use airport, complete, next page, GVAC, edit, arrival, do the ILS01, that's all confirmed, and then the arrival in is going to be the Pimp 1 Foxtrot, which is there, and where is it? There's only one page, it can't be there it is. And we'll have a look at that.
340, ready for pushback, stand 54.
And it doesn't look like there is actually, so we'll just go.
Charlie November 340 and contact ground 121.855. Have a good flight.
So
11855, thanks so much.
No, and then we'll have a look at the plan, and we'll request boarding. So out of Manchester South, we've been through the routing already. And that looks like a disco. Yeah, it's like in America, it's just a very long downwind. That's fine. Right, legs page on that side, and let's get some payload and performance. We are going to be very heavy, so we're going to be taking down to the island of Espargos, so 173 passengers, and in the cargo holds we're going to have 1,100 in the forward, and in the aft 1,443. We'll import that. And to get there safely, we're going to need 19.6, so we'll go 20 tons of fuel. Lovely. Overhead panel. All the fuel pumps can come on now. We're going to get the APU spooling up. Your damper on. Seatbelt sign on now.
Passengers boarding starting.
Lovely. Right, left flight director, right flight director on. And we'll go and get some charts up for Manchester. Of course, we're at Innibuild Manchester. What other Manchester would we be at? Parking stand, so I can see the taxi instructions clearer. And we'll edit clip, and we'll do the departure, which is the 1 Romeo. That one there. Lovely. Stop altitude of that SID is 5,000 feet, which is normal. I think all the departures out of Manchester are 5,000 feet stop altitude. And the runway heading is going to be 231. So we'll go and put the heading bug to 231. Lovely. Right. Plug the fuel in. We need reserves. Let's do some mental maths. So reserves, we need 4.4 tons of fuel, and we're going to be going 256 at 53 for the cruise winds, and the IC deviation, if I can find it, is going to be a positive 2 degrees. Execute that. M1 limits, and now the performance tab probably won't work because we're too heavy. It does this all the time in the iFly. It's very sensitive, the performance tab. We'll see what it does. It probably won't give us anything. No, look at that, yeah. So
delivery, hello there, KLM 56 Alpha.
Even though we are legal to take off,
KLM
yeah,
56 Alpha, radio is 5.
So no flaps will work. It does this when you're either heavy or you're trying to take off from, say, like Bristol or Leeds. I'll always do this, even if you know you can get off. So what we'll do is we'll get the APU on first, and then we'll just go 28k, take off flat 5, standard, trim set, 160 knots is our V2. So plug that in the speed window, and then we'll give delivery a call.
Tomjet 585, good morning, Manchester delivery. Can you accept a revised flight level of 350? Tomjet 585, yeah, cleared Sal, Cape Verde. It's a Cookson 1 Romeo departure and squawk is 6031. Tomjet 585, feedback is correct. Manchester QNH 1012. I've amended your flight plan and call when ready for push.
Lovely, so we'll get the squawk in of 6031, and then that is us ready. We just need to get push and start and we can go.
Tomjet flight rate 5, hold position, contact ground 121.855, have a good flight.
Tomjet 585, stand 103, push and start approved, Zulu Orange.
Right, we'll go tug release point 105, that seems pretty fair, facing west, standard jet, orange centre line.
Ryanair A4 Romeo X-ray, taxi stand 44 right, via Kilo,
parking brake release,
Julia Foxtrot.
Let's go.
44 right via Kilo and Juliet Foxtrot, Ryanair A4 Romeo X-ray, thanks.
Easy 115, no further ATC I'm afraid, monitor Unicom 122.8, bye bye, have a nice flight.
Monitor Unicom, Easy 115, good day and good morning,
we'll
thank
wait
you.
for 25%, then we'll throw the fuel in.
Easy 24 Bravo Delta, no further ATC I'm afraid, monitor Unicom 122.8, bye bye.
What did you wait? Sure, thanks for your help. Have a good afternoon. Easy 24 Bravo Delta.
Fuel in. And remember, these sounds are from Boris as well. That was really good. Probably some of the best sounds default with an aeroplane. It's right up there with the Phoenix sounds. Right, there's tug release point 105. Parking brakes set.
Waiting your confirmation for a
Confirm good engine start. Engine number 1 to ground. Let's wait for 25%. Throw the fuel in. fuel in. We'll shut the window blind.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Beautiful. Right, 2 engines started. There's the bypass pin. So that's all sorted. We can now jump into the overhead panel. I'll get the page on there first, and then actually I'll request winds. So I'll go legs, yeah, execute, overhead panel, left gen, right gen, taxi light on, APU off, probe heats on, electric B pump on, PAX auto, and we'll go start switches to continuous, flaps position at 125, and we'll execute that, and let's get ready for a flight control test. So, everything down there, that's already off, so we can now full right, neutral, left, neutral, forward, neutral, back, neutral for the rudders, full left, neutral, and full right, neutral. All flight controls are incorrect. Just want to make sure my rudder is actually centraled up. Yeah, it is. Okay. Right, let's ask for taxi.
Subject 585, taxi holding point MAX8, hold short of runway 23 right via Zulu, Echo, Lima, Papa, Kilo and Julia.
Right, bit of a strange taxi instruction. So he wants us to keep basically a straight line, but then cut in left, which is strange. No, yeah. So he wants us to actually stay by the terminal. So this bit's probably not there in real life, or in real life it's closed. So he wants us to go this way round and then up to Mike 1. Where's Mike 1? Oh well, we'll find it anyway. Right, we've been handed over to Unicom, and we are on our own now, ready to go to Cape Verde. There's our call to Manchester traffic. There is nothing on final, so the lights can come on. strobe on. Cabin crew advised. TARO. Takeoff checklist is complete. Let's go. 6 hours, 10 minutes, guys. It's going to be a long one. Right, so remember, I haven't done any takeoff performance calculations, so if we crash, it's not my fault. Well, it is my fault, but it's not my fault. Yeah, it's the only problem with the iFly. I'm really looking to the big version 1 update, or whatever they're calling the update. They've been very quiet for a while though. They announced the update with some pictures, but haven't said much since. So that's my crap lineup. Right, I've made my final call, so we'll spool them up 40%. Forward pressure, stable. Toga, set takeoff thrust. Throttle hold. Oh, we got plenty of room. V1. Rotate. Positive, right? Good gear up. LNAV. Onto the flight directors. Gusty through the levels, but it's not too bad. N1, pitch for climb. Flaps position 1. That right hand turn now. And flaps up. There's 1,000 feet. Horn. Trimming the aeroplane down now, just pitching aggressively down. The VNAV in this aeroplane does need a little bit of work. Does need descending and trying to maintain a flight level. So we'll go Command A, let the aeroplane handle it itself.
Right, coming off the plane.
Beautiful. See, it levels off slightly, and then it will start climbing again. So we'll bug up to cruise 350.
Max traffic cancel 1 Tango Echo 1 Juliet, so like 1 Manchester.
And we're going to get the taxi light off, runway turn-offs off, logo light off, and the start switches off. Cabin crew can be released for service, and we'll get the auto brake 2 off. And standard barometric pressure. We are on our way.
Man's traffic, Channel 12, Tango Echo behind the park traffic will line up 23 right last time, Manchester. Manchester traffic, Kilo,
So climbing up nicely, the traffic in front is on a different SID, they'll be turning off soon. And we are on our own now. There is no ATC traffic all the way down the UK, unless Lisbon Centre comes on, or maybe Morocco or someone in the Canary Islands. We are on our own. Lovely, there is 10,000 feet. We shall get the rest of the lights off and we'll let the seatbelt signs off. That is us on our way to Cape Verde. So I'll leave you with some climate cruise highlights and I'll see you in about 5 hours and 50 minutes when we're descending into
traffic, Channel 12, Tango Echo, parking runway.
Hello and welcome back into the flight deck. We're now descending into Espargos, Cape Verde. Not a lot to say, a very uneventful flight. We climbed up to flight level 380, which was the highest we got to before descending. Now to flight level 9090. We are still arriving on 01, the ILS. Nothing's changed. The winds are favouring the ILS, so that's what we shall do. We've gone for flaps 30, order brake 2, because we'll have to vacate the runway full length. And we shall just go down to 3000 now. We are uncontrolled. There is no one in miles of us on VATSIM. We are the only one brave enough to do this down here. So tidying up the aeroplane a bit for descent. And if you go back to the Climate Cruise highlights, there was a lovely view of Gran Canaria, very clear day, very nice. I was not in Gran Canaria, but yesterday I was in Tenerife with work. We flew down over the UK and the weather was very nice. I think it was 23 degrees with a light westerly wind into Tenerife Sound. So it's starting to get nice weather again everywhere, apart from the UK of course. But hopefully soon we can start doing recaps. My operator that I work for, we are doing Kos, Corfu, well, we're doing all the Greek islands basically, but my favourite is Kos, Corfu, Rhodes, Heraklion, Santorini, Skiathos. I think we've got a couple of new ones for this year, but yeah, we start them very soon. I want to say April, so 1 more month to go, and all these Turkey flights, Cyprus flights, and sort of holiday flights to Greece will start, which is very nice. I'm looking forward to it, the summer season. I've had a very quiet winter with work, so it'd be nice to start flying again. However, we are flying virtually, and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is really good now actually. It's starting to become a really good sim, and especially with everything coming out soon. I mean, what's coming out? A340 very soon. Inibuilds showed us their L1011, that looks very close, so lots to be excited about with Flight Sim, a lot. Right, lights on. And there is the airport. Just about to make our left-hand turn for our downwind leg before turning in and establishing ourselves on the ILS 01. Never been to Cape Verde before, and it's getting a bit of a bad rap in the holiday scene in the UK. Sadly, I think 4 people, adults, died from food poisoning in an all-inclusive in either this island or the island you can see coming to view now, Boa Vista. So yeah, Cape Verde. Saying that though, with holidays, it's always like that. Egypt and Turkey get a bad rap, and because of their food and the food poisoning allegations and such. But sometimes when you go to an all-inclusive, what do you expect? I mean, it's not nice to die from food poisoning, and that's very an extreme case. But that's the risk you run when you go to these sort of all-inclusive restaurants and buffets where they've got to cater to all these different people, and you know, it's very hard to keep track then. I mean, I've been to some all-inclusives that have been absolutely fantastic, but yeah, still would like to go to Cape Verde though. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. year-round sun. However, from the UK, there's only 2 operators that go down there, TUI being one of them, the other one being EasyJet. And if it's on a 737 MAX or one of EasyJet's 320 Neos or 321s, I'm going to give it a hard pass. If I'm flying on a length of flight this long, I want to be on the TUI 787 Dreamliner as a minimum, just for the comfort, basically. But yeah, we're doing it realistically today. The flight operated, we're actually flying basically parallel with it. On a flight radar, they're at 10,000 feet, and we're just going through 8, so took off at the same time. They're of course Tomjet 586, we are 585 for VATSIM reasons, of course. QNH down in Sal is 1014. A slight crosswind from the left to right. Weather's 27 degrees, clear skies, no significant weather, as you can see from the window in front of you. Very nice and clear out today. Beautiful weather. Haven't landed the IFly MAX. It's the first time I've landed it since our last video, basically. I think we went to, the last IFly video I did was to somewhere in Svalbard. It was Svalbard, weren't it? Yeah, Svalbard. Yeah, because we looked at the new Inibuild Svalbard as we went up there. That was a nice flight in Norwegian's 737 MAX, so that was good. Always nice to do Norwegian. Right, let's start thinking about some more stuff. We'll go heading select for a little bit, give us a slight bigger downwind, and then we'll go direct to the centre fix point 01. 3,000 feet, flap 30, try and get flap 30 gear down by 5 miles. Need to be fully configured by minimum of 3 miles. Apart from that, everything looks good, nothing on the charts. I think it's a slight displace threshold, but apart from that, it's just over 3,000 metres long, and the exit at the end is right at the very end, so we've elected to go for auto brake 2. So we'll probably actually disconnect the auto brake halfway down the runway and let it roll. Vertical speed 1,000 feet per minute. And we will look shortly to go direct. Slow down to 220 knots now and get some speed brake out. Yeah, same we're using reserve fuel because it hasn't linked up the 2 waypoints, but that's fine. We've got plenty of fuel. I think we're going to be landing with 5.2 tons. Right, so we'll go execute LNAV. There you go. Flap 1. Everything is looking good. Very nice. We're going to head to 200 knots. There's a 1,000-foot horn. We'll keep it at 1,000 feet per minute. Just go the speed brake. I think I need to arm it with my actual physical lever. Yes, I do. slow that rate of descent down a little bit. We'll go right down to 185 knots. There's flap 5. Beautiful. The modelling on the iFly Max is brilliant as well. Really, really nice. So I'm very excited to see how they've improved it in the update. Right, approach mode. We got localizer alive, localizer captured. 2,500 feet is the go around, quite a low go around ceiling. So we'll have to just watch that if we do go around, which we are not. So we've got a crosswind going from right to left at the moment. And the reason I'm saying that is because when we get closer it should be going from left to right. Right, glide slope captured. There's a thrust coming back to idle. Down we go. Slow it down a little bit. We'll go 170 knots or 171. We'll keep it on the flat 5. And we've got complete visual of the runway, so it's the left one we want to land on. It's got quite a wide taxiway. Gear down. Flat 15. Speed check. And we'll do our little flows. Cabin crew have been advised 145 knots, so we'll go for a 150 knot landing. And down to 150 with flat 30. Beautiful, there we go. Disconnect the auto throttle, match up my thrust levers, and we'll disconnect the yoke and the autopilot, my aeroplane. Let's do a little bit of hand flying. So we've instantly got to correct back on that path. Watching that glide. Pappy's glide look okay actually. Add in a little bit more thrust. It's blown around slightly. So it's not so much a crosswind now, it's more of a headwind. That was a big Snapchat to grab then.
400. Approaching minimums. 300.
Now it's going to a flat crosswind from right to left.
200.
So weird, the wind in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Hold it there, cut the thrust. Tiny bit of left rudder. And we are, speed brakes up. Reverses are green. Decelerating back on the centre line. A bit lazy from me then. Kill the reversers and the auto brake, and we'll roll it all the way down to the end. Could have probably made that exit there, but I didn't really want to. It was halfway down the runway. Plus with the iFly, if you have auto brake 3 set, the nose absolutely slams into the ground. So it's probably a wise decision to go auto brake 2. Modelling on the runway looks nice though, looks very weathered. Welcome down to Espargos Sal, Cape Verde. Very enjoyable flight down actually. And we're early. We're 5 minutes early, which is nice. Probably be 2 or 3 minutes early once on stand, but early's early. So let's go to GSX and I'll select from map. And we'll go for that stand there, that looks good enough for me. Flaps can come up now. Oh, it's done that thing, it always does this in the iFly. You have to go outside, it's really weird. Yeah, you go outside it disappears. Don't know why. Strange bug. And that looks like quite a looks like an aircraft carrier ramp in front of us. Hopefully we can get up that. Huge aircraft bloody carrier. Yeah, the sounds by Boris in this aeroplane are really good. I like the thuds over the sort of joints in the tarmac, and just everything about this plane's good. I'm really looking forward to the update, especially I think it brings the MAX8 200, so we can now officially do realistic Ryanair ops, so that'll be good. So I think it's slightly longer, isn't it, the MAX8 200, or there's is it longer, or is it just the extra door because of the extra passengers? I don't know. Made it over the aircraft carrier bump. Wasn't too bad actually. Swinger left here and then into the stand. There was no official GSX profile for this, so I'm just going to have to eyeball it. Hopefully GSX is okay. Right, stand number 5. Got our name on. We'll get the APU on. Engine number 1 can be killed. And I shall swing it round. Scenery looks nice. It's a lot better than what we had. Yeah, that GSX, that's well off. I can already tell. Yeah, I'm bang on the centre line here. And it's telling me I'm 0.4 off. Yeah, I'm bang on the centre line there. We'll go outside and I'll just get it on the 7.3 line. We might run out of energy before then, but we're well in the stand anyway, so come on 7.3, you can do it. That's close enough, isn't it? Yeah, we've stopped. I'm not adding any more thrust. That'll do. So we'll go parking brake, engine number 2 off, taxi light off, beacon off, seatbelt sign off, and welcome down to Sal, Cape Verde. So guys, welcome down to Espargos Sal, Cape Verde. 6 hours, 6 minute block to block. It was a long one, but a very enjoyable one, and finished off with a nice landing on 201. The IFly handled the flight very well. Sometimes the VNAV can be a bit twitchy, especially in descent, but it's well worth a purchase, and I'm very much looking forward to the update, hopefully sooner rather than later. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. We're very close to 2,000 subscribers, and I'll see you all again very soon in another video.